Alright YouTube, what's happening? We're doing a back-to-back video today. I'm not going to load them up at the same time, but I'm filming them at the same time, so I don't know why I even shared that with you, because you're not going to see them at the same time. But got a little TD knife today. This is the Pat Hammond designed for Urban EDC Supply, the Scout. They sent this to us as part of our pass-around group. And when I signed up for it, for some reason, I didn't look at the specifications, and I looked at a picture, and it looked way bigger than this, and I thought, hey, that's a pretty good-looking knife. It's teeny! When it came, I was like, what? It's so small. It's teeny, guys. It's so teeny. So this is based off the Pat Hammond design, manufactured by Alliance Manufacturing, which they've done a few knives recently. I'm thinking of the one... what was the one that was popular for them recently? I can't think of it, but go follow them on Instagram. They're a manufacturer here in the U.S. They do a good job of collaborations and such. So, yeah, this is big in the hand yet small in the pocket is the way that they tout this knife. I would say that's not true at all. I mean, it's teeny in the hand. Definitely small in the pocket, but teeny in the hand. I mean, it's tiny. It's a little knife. It's almost to the point of being like, what do you do with this knife? Yeah. I'm in a funny mood this morning, and so it's going to affect my reviews. So, I just think some knives are definitely practical and like ready to be used, and others are like, what in the world? Okay, let's get to the specs real quick. You've got an overall length of 5.6 ounces. 5.6 inches. Blade is 2.3. Handle is 3.34. And it weighs... Okay, explain to me why you would weigh it in grams when... I don't understand when people put specs on websites sometimes. And yeah, so I'm just reading them off the website because it's just easier than having to measure them for me. But now I'm going to put it on my scale. Okay, that's a realistic weight, 1.6 ounces. I'm not in Europe. I don't need to know grams. Sorry for those guys that are overseas and want grams, but, you know, this is an American-made knife, and we're going to weigh it in grams. That's kind of strange. That was kind of weird. The camera didn't focus for a minute there. All right, so it's teeny, right? It's lightweight, and it's super small. RWL34 blade steel. It's pretty sharp. Yeah, not bad at all. It comes in different colors as far as like this milling design. It's like blue and red and orange and all the colors of the rainbow. No, not really that. Green. There's purple, green, blue, and like I think it's orange or gold type. Yeah, so you can only get these at Urban EDC Supply. If you haven't been there, it's an awesome website. They don't have a ton of product. Well, they do have a ton of product, but they do like drops and things kind of come limited, and they don't like carry. I mean, I think they just became a Chris Reeve distributor, but they typically just have like one-off knives. Their Ice Light is really interesting to me, and that is actually being sent to me soon too for review, so I'm stoked about that. But let's do a size comparison. I'm only going to bring one knife out, and it's going to actually dwarf this knife, and this is a small knife. Okay, we'll bring 3 knives out. We'll bring the Sebenza, small Sebenza, by the way. It'll make it look like a large Sebenza. The Scout, and then, watch out, the Shaman, M. Night Shyamalan, is, I mean, it's so teeny, right? So teeny. When a small Sebenza makes a knife look big, then it's a small knife, right? So, it's so teeny. Yeah, it comes in at $225. Now, it's made in the U.S., titanium. RWL34 is a fine steel. Rayot's been using it a lot in some knives, and it's fine. The pocket clip's pretty nice, actually. That's a really nice looking titanium milled clip. I like that. Kind of big for the knife, though. It takes up like half the knife. But yeah, those are kind of the basic specs and the size comparison. Let's talk about the ergonomics. I mean, if a knife is this small, is it going to have any kind of thing to resemble ergonomics? You're going to get 3 fingers if you're lucky. I have medium-sized hands, so if you guys have huge hands, you're going to get 2 fingers, you get 2.5 fingers on here. So it's just a tiny little guy. It's definitely light-duty EDC, right? Like something you throw in your coin pocket. Maybe you're carrying your Shaman, and for your hard use, you know, stuff you may have to do during the day, or maybe you're in an office setting and you want a smaller knife that's very discreet and not gonna, you know, scare the sheeple away, and, you know, has under a 3-inch blade, then there you go. You know, that might be what you would use this knife for. Those are about the only, maybe a letter opener, just very, very light use, office setting. Maybe you want to carry it in slacks, or because it's super light, it weighs like practically nothing, or maybe you want to, you know, like I said, you just live in an area where you need a smaller blade. Let's see how the action is on this guy. Flip's really nice. It's on bearings and such, of course, to be expected. No steel lock bar insert, which I'm actually fine with, because you know what? If you do it right, aka the old school hinders, then now they switch to a lock bar insert, and of course Chris Reeve has never ever had a lock bar insert, never will have a lock bar insert, because there's just, if you properly treat the lock face, it's not going to have lock stick. But I like that, and they did a good job, I think, with that. There's no lock stick at all, so good job. Couple of just open design standoffs. I actually really like this design. I wish it was big. I mean, when I first saw a picture, for some reason, I think pictures are so deceiving sometimes, because you look at it and you're like, that's a cool looking knife, and it looked like it was about the size of a small Sabenza or bigger. And it's not. I mean, I thought maybe it's like a size of a Spidey Chef. Nope. Look how big that is compared to that. It just dwarfs it, right? And not always are you going to need a huge knife. But at the same time, yeah, that's pretty sharp actually. You know, when I'm going to go to use this, is it going to be uncomfortable? You know, it just depends on what you're doing. Like if you're just taking light tasks like, hey, I'm going to open a package, or, which, let's be real guys, how many of us, that's what 90% of us do with our knives, is open packages. So just calling it how it is. But I still want something typically that's going to fill my hand. And this definitely does not do that. Aesthetics, it's a good looking knife. I like the design. It's pretty simple, titanium frame lock with, I like this milling and the anodization. It's cool. Add some little color and pop to the knife, which I do like that quite a bit. And I like the pocket clip, and yeah, I think it's aesthetically a really good looking little knife. Definitely like the aesthetics of it. The action's good for such a small little flipper. Blade flies right out. It's not going to drop shut because, I mean, that blade weighs nothing, but it's got a good action. Definitely flips nice. It's kind of awkward to flip because it's so teeny, but it works. It's pretty functional. Flipper tab's nice for a little handguard there, so you can, if you had to like grip the knife and get in there and use it, you could. Your finger's not going to slip up, so that's nice. How would this knife cut? How slicey is it? Let's find out. I think it'll be pretty thin behind the edge, but we'll find out here in a second. I would be actually shocked if it wasn't really thin behind the edge. Oh yeah. 0.013 is what I'm getting. Nope, 0.011. Ooh. Yeah, super thin behind the edge, which I would expect. Let's do that one more time, just so we can get a perpendicular measurement. And I'm a little too far up on the edge, actually. This is kind of hard to do, guys. 0.1. See, let's do this again. I think that first measurement I gave was not accurate. I'm getting about 17 thousandths behind the edge now. So before I was getting way more, and I think my calipers weren't 0. That's why I try to measure a few times. 17 thousandths is thin and slicey for sure. Should be on a small little blade like this, though. I mean, can you imagine this thing being thick behind the edge? Like, what would you do with it? I wouldn't cut anything. So it's pretty slicey, which I like. I always like slicey knives. How's it going to carry? Well, you could definitely use this pocket clip and carry it in your pocket like normal, and I'll show you. But I really feel like it's a delegated coin pocket knife for what I would use it for anyway. Ooh, that is actually really stiff. Did you hear that? That is tough to get on the pants. Oh yeah, that is like intense. Listen to it. It's kind of cool actually. Like it has like a, yeah, that's not going anywhere. Definitely not deep, but you can just throw it in here. And this one's got such a shallow pocket. I just don't want to cut up my 511 jeans, but my 511 jeans I can easily fit a Sabenza in there. But yeah, I would probably just put it in there. I don't know if I'd even use... I like having the pocket clip, so I'm glad it has it, but it's definitely pretty stiff to get on and off the pants. I How about your value? $225 for this teeny little guy. I just think that's a little out there. But it is made in the U.S. and it is a limited run knife, and it's designed with a custom knife maker collaboration, so it's going to cost a little bit more than like a standard production knife. It's not going to be a Spyderco or a Benchmade or a ZT. You know, it's made a much smaller scale, and it's going to cost a little bit more money. And I don't think it's out there too far. But realistically, would I buy it? Would I spend $225 of my money on this little teeny knife? No. I wouldn't. That's just me, though. I think a lot of people will, and I think they'll sell well for them. And I think they're well executed design, and they're really well made. And they are a fingerprint magnet. This like machined finish on the titanium is going to be a fingerprint magnet and a scratch magnet. You're gonna get this thing scratched up. But unlike like a Chris Reeve that has that B-blast finish that's going to get scratched up also, and it gives those cool snail trails, and it can be reblasted really easily. Not the case with this. This gets scratched up, you're going to just have scratches everywhere. So I don't know how you'd refinish it without, yeah, there's no kind of service that I know of that they would offer either. Maybe Alliance Design does that. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. But overall, cool little knife, but not real practical for EDC. There's been the last couple knives I've reviewed, and then I'll probably release the Shaman review in the middle of these two, or maybe after these two that I did with the Wii and this one. But again, just a little knife that, yeah, I don't know that I would use it because it's just too teeny, and yeah, don't see. If I'm going to carry a small knife, I'm going to reach for a small Sebenza because it's an actual, it's a small knife, and it meets a lot of those recommendations or those guidelines people need. But it's really useful, and it's got enough handle, and it's comfortable. You know, it's a one of the most useful EDC knives ever made, and I'm gonna pick that or that all day long. But that's just me. All right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next time.